Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Tutorials. In this episode, it's going to be some more building. If you remember my first episode, it was these nice pathways, some simple ideas that already float on the internet. Um, there's no pinpointing who did what first, so I didn't give credit to anybody. I apologize about that. If you know exactly who came up with each of these designs, that'd be very helpful. I'll just give them credit for it. Um, so, yeah, those are some of the designs I came up with. In this episode, I would like to uh, give you guys some other designs that are unique. By unique, some of them are just simple, uh, everyday designs. However, I wanted to bring them out just so you can see them. To go along with those pathways, here is an example using diorite and polished diorite. It's not the best example. You can add uh, not marble, quartz into this to give it that third color, that third point of view on that. But that's pretty much the same as those paths. Now, each one of these is kind of like a design flooring or something that is easy to create and utilize in your builds to give your builds some more contrast into them. This is just a bunch of note blocks placed down. It's fairly simple. Just make note blocks and place them down. It looks kind of like wicker basket, um, if you think about it. So it kind of gives like a tatami mat flooring right here. It's good for Asian builds or Indian builds. It looks kind of like carpet, quilt carpet, or whatever you want to call it. So it's a good design. I actually kind of enjoy it. Now the next build is using barrels, the bottom side of barrels, and facing them up. You can actually utilize them as storage while it's also your flooring. So it's a fairly nice design. I decided to put this in here after seeing Etho from Hermit Craft, one of the oldest Minecrafters and YouTubers out there. He kind of utilized this a little bit in his Season 7 build, and I actually quite enjoy it. The look of this. Now, this next one is kind of different. It kind of hurts the eyes a little bit. So depending on the texture pack, you can probably make this look better. But as you can see, it's it's using the loom and making it so there's like a pattern using the loom. It's very hard to look at, but like I said, if you have a nice texture pack, it won't look that bad. And when you're walking on it, it doesn't look that bad. I did misplace that one right there. I'm gonna fix that real quick. Nope. There we go. Yeah, I made that one little mistake right there, but that's fine. It gives it a nice little design, and when you're walking up on it, it doesn't look that bad. But when you're floating in the air, it's kind of an eyesore. So use it if you want, use it if you don't. Next is hay bales. Again, it's kind of out there. It just gives it a little bit more of a design. It's soft, so you can fall from up high and you won't take that much damage, so it's pretty good. But it's, like I said, if you have a different texture pack, it may look better. On this one, this is just using the pillars for quartz pillars. Uh, Kind of expensive for flooring, but it gives it kind of like a tile look. Um, when I built this, it looked like kind of a bathroom flooring. It's all up to you what you think it looks like. Now I get into the wood. The wood, and unbelievably, the last one over there is basalt blocks. So pretty much you just use any kind of wood that there is and strip the bark on them. Even the new nether warped planks, I mean warped wood actually has it as well. Uh, so yeah, you just alternate which way you go with it. The one that has this that I can reference is Scar from Hermit Craft, another Hermit Crafter. You can tell what I watch. Um, he used it for that giant chest monster thing that he has in that shopping district, and that's how he created that. So there you go. This next one is kind of different, but it's also the very same. It's just basalt, which is actually a rock. So it's kind of interesting that they made basalt look like that, which actually looks like trees stripped bark. So that's a pretty cool design. They probably made this because they have all these other colors. Why not have another one that has this kind of design to it? Don't know. Next one, this is beehives, and I just made it do the alternating back and forth. The same I did with those. I just kind of like this design. After that, here is another one, barrels and spruce planks. If you make barrels face all the same way, and the spruce planks, it just looks like hardwood floor, and you can actually go around and just make full areas of spruce planks and everything. Do it randomly, but it kind of looks better if all the planks face the same direction, where the lines are going that way. Um, the metal binding kind of gives it a little bit of character, but uh, use it if you want. Don't use it if you don't want to. Next one, you can actually utilize as lighting in your builds as well, using shroom light and honeycomb blocks. If you do this, your whole build would be lighted up. Your whole base would be lit up. That way, no mobs are spawning inside your base, and it actually kind of looks pretty good to me. You guys can. You're probably gonna say it looks terrible, but it looks good. You know. All right, this next one. These are a little bit different. Uh, these are just some different designs using lodestones, uh, smooth andesite blocks, and then some chisel blocks, chisel stone. This is just like kind of like a center of a walkway type build. It's nice. It's different. Here you alternate. Excuse me. You alternate between lodestone and smooth, uh, smooth andesite stone. As such, it looks kind of cool. It looks like tile in a way. In fact, you can just use lodestone all the way around, and it'll still look like tile. This one, I just did the chisel blocks and the andesite smooth stone. So yeah. Alright, now let's get over into these builds. These are just some small builds that I think are kind of interesting. If you use all smooth andesite, you can make kind of this waterfall fountain. It's pretty nice looking. If you want a tutorial on it, it's easy. I put that there like to simulate a drain that's actually going somewhere instead of an infinity pool. And then right here, this is a nice gazebo type build with some water in the middle. It's fairly simple again, and it's easy to build. You can pretty much just see exactly what I did with it to build it. So yeah. Now these next two are kind of like some street lights. They're lighting. They're that can actually help with lighting up a district or something, or your home or base in your game. This one is for more like your nether builds or something. Use the prismarine light block and then some warp plank trapdoors to give it that blue to kind of blend together. And then you use black stone because why not? Over here, this one is, in my opinion, it actually kind of looks more Asian, Chinese lanterns. I still feel like the birch trapdoors up like this in a square, kind of looks like a Chinese lantern or Japanese lantern, kind of Asian. Uh, but I just used lodestone and honeycomb. Beehives to show you that texture as well because I thought it was kind of nifty. That would be very expensive for a build. So yeah. Also, if you're wondering, these are blast furnaces as the border for all of these different things. Okay, now we get into more of like specific builds. These are builds more for like industrial type builds where you want to do huge mining carts or anything of that nature. Uh, you can use uh, grinders. I couldn't think of the name. You can use grinders on top of barrels to make it look like it's actually strapped down to something. With these being wood right here, it kind of makes it so you have to strap it to wood, or you can do it to stone. It's all yours. But if you do stairs on the sides, it gives it that little leeway so you can create a cart that kind of fits on top of this. And then, again, lodestone uh, right here. So, yeah, I just kind of like that design. After I started playing with it over there and over there, I started using it in all these things. This next one is more expensive than this. Very expensive compared to that. Is if you use anvils in a row. It looks like a straight minecart rail, just on a massive scale. So yeah, that's another good option. And then the most cheap option is just using andesite wall, uh, and it actually turns out to be a fairly decent rail-looking thing as well. So you can actually do this anvil or stone grinders to kind of create that rail system that you're looking for. Now, if you're planning on just doing something that's more floaty, or you're doing pathways that are in the middle of a base or something, kind of like what I did here, these next two are just some designs that I thought up. They're just simple, just very simple, and expensive, very very expensive. I don't recommend actually building your base out of them, but you do you. Lodestone, observers, and furnaces. You can do furnaces, droppers, dispensers, whatever has this type of top to it. Now, the reason for the observers, I just liked how the arrows were pointing this way. This way, it could be that this is the middle of your chest room, and they're pointing at chest, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this is probably the most expensive build. Um, and then this one as well. You can pretty much guess pistons, piston, and then lodestone. I just like the design because it kind of gave me the impression that we were going from stone to wood, and then you can put your chest over here on the other side. It just kind of gives that impression. So I kind of like it. It's all up to you if you really like it or not. But with this, that is the end of the video. Um, I just showed you guys some basic textures that you can use on any of your builds. As you can see, this whole world has been growing and growing and growing because I have been doing a lot of experiments with redstone over there, trying to get stuff right. And then I've been building these nice contemporary homes that kind of stick out like a sore thumb, but they're pretty nice. Those videos are on my channel as well, so go check them out. But yeah, with this, thanks for watching, guys, and comment, like, and subscribe if you want to. Bye.